So we're now looking at the operations point of our greywater system.
The brain centre. So what we've got here is two pipes. This pipe is the greywater, which collects all the greywater from the different units that are here. And this is the sewer, which connects all the sewerage. So the greywater comes down here, and then you can see where the water's running down here. It goes through that filter. Oh, that's a bit skanky, that needs a clean. And then into the tank outside. And then when the greywater reaches a certain level, that little float switch will turn on, and it'll pump activate this pump and pump the greywater from that pump up through this purple tube and out up to our fruit trees out the back. We only use the greywater for fruit trees. And so basically the water won't sit in there for very long. As soon as there's enough water in there to fill it up to that float switch, it pumps it out.
So you can't keep greywater, you can't store it?
You can, but it goes really skanky pretty quickly. So the idea of this isn't a pit where you store your greywater. It's called a greywater diversion system, a bit like the first flush diverter. So it diverts the water from going to the sewer. Now, in fact, if that filter gets too plugged up, what will happen is the water will run straight over the top into this pipe here, and then that connects to the sewer. And in addition to that, it's meant to be a self-cleaning system, so I'll see if I can make it work. Well, that didn't do much.
It hasn't got enough water in there.
That's supposed to blow water back up from underneath through that filter, and so that as the water's running down, all the sludge and stuff gets pushed up and washed off. So that happens about every 5 or 6 times. So theoretically, it's self-cleaning.
Do you want to show us how self-cleaning it is?
I certainly will.
How often do you have to clean it?
Oh, I don't clean it. I get Shani to do it.
Sort of 2 questions there. How often should you clean it?
Well, you should probably
and how
clean it
often
now.
do you clean it?
What's happened is all the skank's gone on the top, and it's actually not too bad once you get that stuff off. So this is pretty clean down here. Oh, and there's another bit there that's real dirty. That's the finer one. Again, you know how we talked about from coarse to fine? You can see here, very coarse, not so coarse, very fine, and that's the way you want things to operate.
Can we go out the back and have a look at where that purple pipe goes to?
Most certainly.
Okay, so here we have the greywater coming where we want it. So we have about 10 fruit trees here at Ecoburbia, and they all get watered from the greywater. So it's quite interesting. Someone does a load of washing, goes down to the pit, and then it gets pumped once that pit's full all the way up here, and you hear this of all the holes from the greywater going
Shani,
on.
can you do the sound again? Nice.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Makes you want to go to the toilet. So here we have the pipe coming up, the retic pipe coming up. We, it's probably a whole nother story doing retic, but and purple pipe is what you need to use for greywater. So just so you're aware of what water is coming in where, you should always use purple pipe. It should always be submerged under the ground. So you notice this stuff is under a layer of mulch. Got some mustard here, putting some nitrogen into the soil.
Shani, why do you have to put the purple pipe under the mulch?
Well, what we don't want to have happen is any of that greywater getting pooled. So we don't want animals to come and drink it or kids to accidentally fall into it. So it's considered not a clean water source. So we need to treat it quite differently than we would bore water or mains water. So it can go on fruit trees because the tree is actually not directly touching it. So you shouldn't put it on veggie gardens, anything, especially any root vegetables. Is that grey cat?
That's grey cat. Grey cat come for the greywater talk.
Grey cat coming for the greywater talk. So any vegetable gardens, you shouldn't be watering with your grey water, especially if you're doing any form of crop rotation. So fruit trees, lawns, if you need to do a bit of watering of endemic species or native species for a while when you first put them in, really happy with grey water. So it's pretty simple. Purple pipe, make sure it's submerged, no one can get to it, can't pull anywhere. Use it on something that's fruiting so that it's not able to touch the grey water at all, and you'll have little happy plants.
We could write a song called Red Hair, Purple Pipe, Grey Water.
Red hair, purple pipe, grey water, and grey cat.
Grey cat.
Behind